Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbi zidni ilma, Rabbi zidni ilma, Rabbi zidni ilma. Today I'll be teaching you all about the possessive construction in Arabic. Some of you might not know what is possessive construction. Let me start with an example. Teacher's daughter. So here you see there is an apostrophe S. So it helps to convey the possession or the ownership of the noun. So there are so many examples that I could tell. Another example is the boy's book. So again apostrophe S. So possessive construction is nothing but it helps us convey the possession or the ownership. I really hope that you have understood what is possessive construction. It is nothing but it just helps us to convey the ownership. And I give you two examples, right? So we are just going to learn the same in Arabic. But there are few grammar that we must know to build a sentence that contains possession. So, teacher's daughter. So we have a sentence like this. How do we write it in Arabic? There is a solution here. Before giving the solution to you, let me teach you the basic grammar of possessive construction. In Arabic, possessive construction consists of two nouns. So the first noun is mudaf. Let me repeat. Mudaf. So mudaf is nothing but the noun that is governed. Example, teacher's daughter. So here, which is the noun that is being governed, daughter. So here, mudaf is, daughter will be the mudaf. The second type of noun is mudaf ilayhi. Let me repeat. Mudaf ilayhi. So this is nothing but the governing noun. So the person who possesses. So the same example. Teacher's daughter. So here the teacher will be the mudaf ilayhi. Now let me teach you the grammar of these two nouns. So first let us start with mudaf. Mudaf must not start with alif lam. And another important rule is that it shouldn't end with tanween. I know you might be little confused with this point. Do you remember the definite and indefinite that I taught you? Yes, if a word doesn't start with alif lam, then it must end with tanween, right? But why is mudaf not starting with alif lam but not ending with tanween at the same time? This is Arabic language and there are few lessons in which this grammar is not followed. So this is one such lesson. So in mudaf, what happens is mudaf shouldn't start with alif lam and shouldn't end with tanween. Mudaf ilayhi on the other hand can start with alif lam or it can also not start with alif lam. So here an important point is mudaf ilayhi must end with kasra. Kasra or zair. In Urdu they call it zair. Now let me give you few examples. Example 1. Ibnul Mudiri, principal's son. Ibnu is the mudaf, al-Mudiri is the mudaf ilayhi. So an important point is that mudaf comes first, mudaf ilayhi comes second. So Ibnu doesn't start with alif lam but doesn't end with tanween at the same time because it is mudaf. Al-Mudiri on the other hand is the mudaf ilayhi. It can or cannot start with alif lam but must end with kasra or kasratain. So moving on with example 2. Bintu Malakin, king's daughter. So Bintu is the mudaf and Malakin is the mudaf ilayhi. So Bintu doesn't start with alif lam but doesn't end with tanween because it is mudaf. Malakin on the other hand can or cannot start with alif lam but must end with kasra or kasratain. So moving on with the third example, Kitabu Zaidin, Zaid's book. So Kitabu is the mudaf, Zaidin is the mudaf ilayhi. So Kitabu doesn't start with alif lam, at the same time it doesn't end with tanween because it is mudaf. Zaidin on the other hand can or cannot start with alif lam but must end with kasra or kasratain. Now let me give you the important points that you must note. Mudaf shouldn't start with alif lam but shouldn't end with tanween. Instead it should end with dhamma. Mudaf ilayhi on the other hand can or cannot start with alif lam but must end with kasra or kasratain. Now let's have a short recap. First, let us start with the mudaf. Mudaf doesn't start with alif lam but it doesn't end with tanween at the same time. Mudaf ilayhi on the other hand, it agrees with both alif lam and tanween. Another important rule in mudaf ilayhi is that it ends with kasra or zair. I really hope that you have understood this video. I'll meet you with an interesting topic in my next video. Until then, this is Hiba signing off from you. Until I meet you in my upcoming video, may Allah bless you all.